Kia ora, good evening and welcome to Blading News. Here I got a clip that I thought was only possible in video games. I would call it a front 180 to backflip. I used to do this all the time in aggressive inline, the PS2 game, and it was so fun to do. Didn't think I'd see it in real life, but Danilo has us covered here with a great opener to Blading News. Moving on to our most exciting news of the day. Law over at 50/50 is working on a brand new aggressive skate.
Nothing to report on the boot yet. Maybe the end of this year. We do have the samples. They're working on the first sample now. I feel like we can bring something unique to the market, and most importantly, it's going to be really high quality, it's going to be affordable, and it will finally fill out that hole in my lineup. So I'll be able to sell a complete skate with all of the stuff. That's what I'm most excited about.
The only thing we really know about it so far is that it's not going to be a carbon skate. Interestingly, he has already made some carbon samples at some point, but thinks the market's too full now for carbon, so it's moved on to, he hasn't clarified what he's moved on to, but I'm assuming it's a plastic boot. But overall, I'm very excited to see where this goes. Very, very early on, so I think it's going to be a while before we see anything. It's probably going to be a brand new company too. I don't think it'll be a 50/50 skate, but yeah, really excited to see what he does. And yeah, massive congrats to Law, because not only was it this his 100th episode of Gear Talk, which is one of the best live shows in rollerblading, but also it was his birthday recently, so happy birthday, Law. And yeah, very excited. And then the best rollerblading game to ever come out, On a Roll, just got an update, and the new graphics look completely real. It's almost unmistakable. Oh wait, I'm being told in my ear that this is not On a Roll footage, and this is real life footage of Julien Cudot and his new VOD, where he's literally doing flips to grinds, and not just one flip to grind, multiple flips to grind. And this whole VOD is absolutely insane and one of the best I've seen in a while. The only way I can describe it is it's like if rollerblading had a Red Bull video, this would be what it would be like. This would be the guy you'd send to it. And this whole thing, oh my God, I cannot get over it. Every trick in this is insane. I'll give you a quick highlight though. Not only is it gapping out of the vert, but it's a backflip into the wrap. I don't know, just look at that. That's something I do in video games. Considering doing that in real life just makes zero sense. And it gets even more crazy than that. There's a stall as well that I'll also highlight to you. This just makes no sense at all. It's so floaty, so dialed in. And like seeing that this VOD comes with the like B-roll, see how he works this out is ridiculous. It's like, wow, man, you've like ascended to be able to do this stuff. And yeah, those are just some small highlights. The whole thing is definitely worth watching, and you should definitely check it out. The song for this edit is Adele, by the way. He's the only one who could ever pull that off, in my opinion. And it somehow leaked through being muted into my final VOD for Blading News, which completely ruined my audio. So that's why there's just a dog looking at you in the chat right now. So shout out to the dog. But yeah, definitely check that VOD. It's linked in the description, and it's worth every freaking cent. It's so good, man. There's a reason why you've probably seen people talking about it on Facebook and stuff. You know, I've seen a bunch of people being like, holy fuck, drop everything and go buy this VOD. It's so good. It's because it's not just flip the grind. Like, look, you've seen some really technical tricks like that. It's really, I'll shut up now. I'll move on. Next story. I'm pretty sure this one's a video game and not a Julien Cudot edit. There's a new game called Rollerdrome that just came out, which I have been thoroughly impressed by and I'm absolutely addicted to. I've been playing every chance I get. It's a roller skating game that's also a third-person shooter. And the best way I can describe it is it's like Tony Hawk, but you shoot people. It's really good. It's not too long too. Like the campaign you could get done in a really degen day. So it's not a super commitment, but I definitely highly recommend it if you want to check it out. And actually, I'll give you a quick demo. You get ammo by doing tricks. If you do perfect dodge, you get like extra damage. If you do the right combination of guns, then you can take them out in one go. So you gotta learn that, you know? And yeah, the multiplier then multiplies the points for each trick you do. And you're trying to get as many points as you can, as well as doing Tony Hawk style, I'm getting hit, Tony Hawk style challenges. Like, you gotta get all these points, you gotta do a certain trick at a certain point. It's just like Tony Hawk, but a third-person shooter. And it's really fun when it runs good and you're not streaming. Definitely got carried away there, but yeah, this is a really good game. I've already played over 11 hours of it, and I highly recommend it. It's a game with quad skating in it, close enough to rollerblading. Really good. Check it out. Link in the description. And then quickly, before I tell you about all the new skates that just came out, I've recently got an affiliate link for YouTube Premium. So if you want to be able to watch YouTube ad-free without feeling guilty about taking the 1 cent of ad earnings away from the creators like me that you're watching, you should check the link for a discounted price, and it helps me out a shit ton. But anyway, the first new skate we're going to be talking about is probably the most insane and ambitious one I've seen, and that is the new Powerslide No War. Coming in the sick Ukraine colorway of blue and yellow. This skate, 100% of the revenue, you heard that right, revenue, goes to charities to help with the war in Ukraine. which is kind of unreal. Powerslide managed to negotiate with their manufacturers to make the skate for free at complete cost to the manufacturer. And Powerslide is putting all the money that they make from the skate right into that charity, which is so kind of them to do, and gives you faith in humanity, in such a horrible time in the world. It's cool to see one of the big leading brands in rollerblading do something cool like this. I just really can't get over the fact that 100% of it's not just the profit, it's every dollar you spend on the skate goes. Really, really good shit. Massive props to Powerslide for doing this, and their manufacturers, of course. But moving on from that, we also have this new Razer Skate coming out, a new SL, a pro one for NICOLAS, which is absolutely, it's really good. And I really like the black SL skate. It's one of my favorite SLs of all time. I'll have very fond memories of it. And it's cool to see a new version of it with some gold highlights and a lightning bolt on the cuff. There was a promo that NICOLAS dropped with this, which is very professional looking. It tells a story and it's really cool. And I'm interested to see how many bladers out there also mega into motorbikes, because I think there's a big overlap there, which is very interesting. Motorbike is just a big freestyle frame, right? But anyway, moving on. I'll give you a quick highlight of this edit. This negative acid on a circle, massive handrail was unreal. And it's just a testament to how sick the SR boot is. The worst kept secret at Powerslide, and that is the new USD Sam Croft black version of his Aeon 60s, which is just the same thing, and they look really good. And I mean, black is like the best color for skates, right? Everyone wants a black skate. Safe, boring, matches everything. And this one looks really good. Nothing new about it, I don't think. I think it's just the same, but it's a new version of it. But definitely cop that one when you see it. And honestly, judging by the last promo that Sam did for this prize pro skate, I'm very excited to see what he does for this one. But speaking of insane skate edits, Austin Paz teamed up with Butter TV to make one of the best edits. I mean, this is probably the best time to be watching skate content, definitely of the year at least. There's so many good projects, and this one was definitely one of my favorites. It's cool to see Austin back out making a full edit, and he's such a creative skater now. Like, it's this edit, like I'm sure you've seen it by now, but if you haven't, definitely go watch it right now. It's so good. Austin's the man. There's so many like tricks that you wouldn't expect to see in this edit, and overall, it's filmed great. It's edited great. It's just so good. There's a few years in the making. Definitely a highlight this week, but it's not the only highlight. There's a shit ton of really good edits. I'm just going to brush through them because you probably have heard of them, but if you haven't, definitely go watch every single one because they're all really good. The next one is Are We There Yet by Mesmer, which is another team edit where they hired out an RV and went toured around the country, just like, the origins of rollerblading. This whole thing's really good. I really enjoyed seeing a lot of Martin Danning. He's one of my favorite skaters, dude. He's so technical and so stylish, dude. But that whole team is absolutely sick, and it's really cool to see them all come together with another part so closely following the Mesmerizing, which is one of the best edits to come out this year as well. This is like a good follow-up, and I'm already hovering on this too long, so let's go to the next one. The other one that came out was the new Them Skates presents Dear Audrey, which is another perfect Them piece of the Them team. Super stylish. All these videos have a different style to them, which is the best part. There's something for everyone. But yeah, this features great skating from all the pro team of Them. Some absolutely crazy shit, like the whole thing. I don't even need to give you highlights. It's Them Skates. Go check it out. Okay, it's really good. But moving on from edits, and speaking of Them Skates, we're talking about this every single episode of Blade News, and that's updating the new Clark Original X Them Skates. It is definitely, most likely, going to be a skate, judging by this leaked picture of a Clark X Them Skate wheel. Why would they make a wheel if it's not a skate, right? And John Julio shared this after someone else leaked it. So, I mean, that's as confirmed as it can get. But we also had some keen eyes spotting some brand new liners that John Julio was skating in this clip here on Instagram. It's like a gray looking Intuition. And it's speculated that this is the Clark X Intuition X Them liner, which is a big collab. That's a lot of people. But I mean, they could be completely wrong. This is all theoretical. We all know the skate ain't going to come out till Blading Cup, so we'll have to wait for that. But it's very exciting. One of the biggest collabs that's probably ever going to happen in blading. So, yeah, stay tuned. I'll let you know. Speaking of brand new products, we have a brand new frame coming from Wish. This is not an aggressive frame. It's a ultra skating / urban skating / speed skating frame that is compatible with every single mount, as far as I can tell. It's got an adapter on it that lets it work with UFS and all the rec skating mounts. It is a pro model for Caleb Smith. Massive congrats to him. And it's called the Clementine Pro Model Chassis, which I really like. I think that's a really good name. Congrats to them, but it's not the only frame we're talking about today. We're going to move on to this one that everyone tagged me in, which is when I said there was no electric skates that are fully finished yet, everyone tagged me in this one. It's the new electric frame from Escend that is a working product that actually comes out on the 25th of August. Now, it has a range limit of 15 Ks, which it's enough. I'd say that's enough range. And it looks very promising. They even have their own skate. They teamed up with Powerslide to make this custom version of the Metro hardshell boot from Powerslide. I don't know which skate that is, but I think this looks really good. And it's cool to see a fully complete electric skate. And yeah, I'm curious about it. Although I do think there's a missed market for an electric skate that's like got skating assist versus having a remote. I know a few people have done that, but I really think that's the way to do it. I think you need to do a skate that assists you with skating, because otherwise you lose the fun of skating, right? I say this as someone who's never tried one out, so I can't really say that. But I am happy to see there's actually a working version of an electric skate, and I'm excited to see the launch of this, and hopefully it goes well. And yeah, congrats to them for making it happen. I was sure, it kind of started to seem like no one would make an electric skate, so I'm hyped. But moving on from that, I have a edit from a young gun, his first edit that came out. You should definitely check out. Jackson has put together a really cool little street/park edit here with a bunch of different spot variety and some good skating. I particularly like this Fakey 7 here. It has a lot of energy to it. And also the like the little street gaps and stuff he hit, like this one here. It was really good overall. It makes me very excited to see what he has to come from after this. Definitely check it out if you have a chance. It's a good one. Moving on from that though, we also have the longest Mizu I think I've ever seen. And while this Mizu was happening, I want to give a huge thank you to my Blade News correspondents. I wouldn't be able to do this without them. They are a huge help, as well as the rest of my Patreon members holding me down. And also absolutely everyone here that is in the chat during this Mizu writing salami. And thank God that doesn't show up. I got to show you what salami actually is. Hold up. Every week I do this live on Twitch. He's a brand new curse emo. And this combination in particular is definitely the worst. And it's probably going to get me banned one day. But if you want to be part of the fun here on Twitch, I'm live once a week. And I would love to see you here. It'd be excellent to have you here. I'll go live skating. I do blading news and I just talk blading, and you're more than welcome to join. Twitch.tv/BuzzcutBrandon. Link in the description. But yeah, if you didn't know, Eric Bailey has a GoFundMe set up right now because he needs a help after losing everything he owns in a house fire. Then you definitely need to check out this episode of Blading News, the last one here. And yeah, thank you for watching. And thanks for that, ASCII. Have a good night, guys. Go for a skate.